Hey Internet, welcome to Worldview Everlasting, your favorite YouTube addiction. Pardon. That is 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 13 through 22. Who is there to harm you if you are zealous for what is good? Now this is like a proverb, right? It's not saying that if you do the right thing, you're never gonna, just because you're a Christian or you do the right thing doesn't mean you're not gonna get punished for doing good. That can happen. But as a proverb here, he is pointing out that generally speaking, people reward good in this world in a very horizontal way, which is to say, if you're not stealing, you're not gonna go to jail for stealing, generally speaking. If you do something good to somebody, they're gonna remember that. I mean, you just try remembering somebody's name and saying hi to them. You see how they'll respond to that. It is to your benefit to try to be a good person rather than an evil person. Although it's true, particularly if you follow the law that nobody's looking for, which is the actual law, you might just get shunned by those who would rather not see goodness and hide in their evil. His point is, look, doing good is the right thing. Doing good helps others, and ultimately, doing good isn't exactly bad for you in and of itself, although in an evil world it can come down against you. But, he says, verse 14, if it does, even if you should suffer for righteousness' sake, even if you should suffer for doing the right thing, and we always hear righteousness as justification being a part of this, right? Even if you should suffer for believing that you are justified by grace through faith in this 500th year of the anniversary of the Reformation. I mean, how can we not remember that our Lutheran fathers of old suffered, like literally just for holding to salvation by grace through faith? They were put to death for this. Even if you should suffer for the sake of justification by grace through faith, let alone for any kind of minor slight somebody has against you personally, you will be blessed. Now, is the blessing that you're going to get back what you lost? Or is the blessing the faith which entrusts to God to be the answer? And I'm going to say it's the second one there. The blessing is the faith which patiently waits for the one who is the real avenger. Have no fear of them. This is in persecution again, right? Have no fear of those who are persecuting you, nor be troubled. 15, but in your hearts honor Christ the Lord as holy. In other words, who ultimately should you be worried about? Men or God? When Peter and the apostles are charged to stop preaching Christ, the Sanhedrin say, look, you can't do any more miracles in his name, and you certainly got to stop telling people that he's risen from the dead. Peter's like, what am I supposed to do? I can obey men or I can obey God. Which one do you think I should choose, Mr. Sanhedrin? Which one do you think I should choose, Mr. Pharisee? It's like, it's not even an option. You're obviously going to strive as a Christian, trusting the word of God, to honor God, to listen to what his word says. So when you're being persecuted, even though the temptation will arise to pay back, or even when you just have someone treating you not as nicely as you would like, you're going to have the temptation to pay back. Instead, honor Christ as holy, not by being so good that you've shown how you can be just like him, but by remembering that he is the one who is ultimately responsible for you, and that he's taken care of you, that he's paid for you on the cross, and that person who's hurting you needs that mercy just as much as you do. The only way they're going to get it is words, and you're the one sitting there in vocation with them, even if it's the vocation of enemy across the field of battle and they're trying to kill you. This is not about don't be a soldier or anything like that, or don't protect somebody who's getting attacked. Pacifism is not what this is teaching. You certainly want to protect the weak, but what this is teaching is the personal vendetta left to God is a blessing to your faith, and ultimately turns you to see the value in the need of the other people around you, that value of human life, which I said a moment ago nobody really believes in these days. But in your hearts, honor Christ the Lord as holy, always being prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you. The great apologetics verse. Defense, to make a defense or to reply to somebody. The art or the science of defending Christianity, it tends to focus only on issues like creation and evolution, only on issues like pro-life. It does focus on the resurrection, which I think is important. But I think that defending or apologizing for the entire counsel of the scriptures is valuable too. And so apologetics is usually a much more narrow field than I think what Peter's getting at here, and that's my point. When you're to make an answer for the hope that is within you, this is about knowing what the scriptures say, being able to defend what you believe and why you believe it, to be able to give a good confession, to be of such a one mind with the Holy Apostolic Church, with what Christianity is taught from the beginning, according to the apostles' own words, that it's not just something that you can go look up if you have to, it's something that you believe. Like you know it. There's going to be levels of that. The scriptures are shallow enough an infant can wade in them, and they are deep enough to drown an elephant. So it's not about how good you get at this. His point is, be ready. Be ready to talk. Be ready to give a confession. Be ready to announce, yeah, this is what I believe. Make a defense for the hope that is within you. So it's not about defending marriage against the pagan assault on marriage, although we need to do that too. But this text, it's about defending your hope. The hope, the gospel. If you ask people what Christians are known for today, is not for hope and is not for the gospel. The way that people find Christianity is the hope that we carry, which then leads us to love, right? And that's the whole point here, right? Turn the other cheek because you know the hope that's coming. And so you're able to make a defense of that when they ask you, why did you not try to get back at me? Because I need forgiveness and I get it from Jesus and you need it too. Yeah? Give them a reason for the hope that is in you, yet do it with gentleness and respect. If you're going to be snarky, have a smile on your face.
I feel like the sky is falling down. Ain't nobody here to play around. Push it to the edge, I won't back down. Cause it's time to go hard or go home. One way up, no way out. I give it all for the family. We stay up, no bailouts. Give it all for the family. Family, family, family. About 3, 2, I got 1.